everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. Right, so for this video I'm going to be showing a bust. Yes, that's right, a bust. The very thing that kind of got my channel started was actually showing busts off. It's what made my channel probably what it is today. Showing off some of my favorite editions when I first started on YouTube. And I could not believe that I have not actually done a video on this piece. And so many people over the last couple of months were asking me, would I do a video on it? And the only reason to why I didn't do it any sooner is because I automatically assumed I already done a video for it. And again, I couldn't believe it when I checked out through my videos. No, never done a video on this piece. And I don't know why, because it is easily the best bust I own in my collection. It is definitely the biggest one and the heaviest one, and there is no way that I can actually hold it up now in front of the camera because it's just that heavy, and I know I'll tear something if I do try and hold it up for even a couple of seconds in front of the camera. But yes, bust editions is what I loved when I first started my channel. Unfortunately, they have dried up now. You don't see too many of them anymore, which is an absolute shame. And I thought I was going to get to see a new one in the last couple of months with American Werewolf in London, a Zavvi exclusive that they were doing, but it's gotten delayed at least 6 times now. I think it was meant to be out nearly a year ago, over a year ago, and it just keeps getting delayed. And everything there that's going on with Zavvi, I honestly don't know, even if it does come out, will I ever receive it, because Zavvi won't ship worldwide anymore. So again, just in the comment section, if anyone found out what the hell is going on with Zavvi at the moment, could you just please let me know. I've gotten 1 or 2 messages that they got kind of generic replies sent back to them, but again, there was no real information there. And again, I just love to know, did anyone hear anything out there of what is actually going on? Right, so for this video I am going to be showing the Resident Evil Axeman Blu-ray edition of it. Like I said, I can't hold the bust up in front of the camera, and you're going to see now very, very soon why I couldn't. It's just that big, that heavy. And yeah, I still cannot believe that I have not done a video on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take us around the Blu-ray first of it. This is the Blu-ray that's actually housed inside the bust itself, and then I'll take you around to the bust edition. Now this is a Nameless Media edition. This is the company that I've always talked about on my videos, especially my bust editions. They specialize in busts like this. They are the masters. No company comes remotely close to these lads. And as a matter of fact, my background right now behind me would be very, very boring if it wasn't for Nameless Media and some of the extraordinary busts that they bring out. They are incredibly limited. This Resident Evil one, I'm not even sure how limited it is. I think there might be only 222 of them out there. They're going for crazy, crazy money. The last one I seen, I think, was on eBay, and I think they were looking for €800. Like, get real, folks, get real. It's never going to happen. Yes, I have to lower your expectations quite a bit when it comes to the money that you want to get for these editions of it. Thankfully, I actually got very lucky with mine. Now, I'm not going to talk about money here, but I got very fortunate with mine. It's still a very expensive piece, there's no question about it. But when you do see it, I think you'll fully understand why I bought it in the end. Right, so let's get to it. Let's unbox this thing, and I'll show you exactly what it looks like. Right, so before we go on to the bust, I wanted to take us around the Blu-ray edition that you get that's actually housed inside this bust. I'm not going to spend too much time with it, but I just wanted to quickly take us around it. So as you can see, is the artwork, it is the T-Virus there. You've also got the Umbrella logo, and it is Resident Evil 1 to 6. So I think the final chapter is missing from this. I think there was 7 movies. I'll know now in a second. So, and of course you got Mila Jovovich there on the top. And then right to the spine of it we go. So you got Constantine Films, and of course Resident Evil 1 to 6. And that is the back of it. So is the final chapter in? Oh, it is the final chapter, right? I actually thought, I don't know why, but I had it in my head that there was actually 7 of these movies. So it is the complete collection. So that's actually great to see. And I'll just take you in closely there and give you a look at some of the technical aspects with this release. And of course, I think it shows a lot of the special features that you do get on this. So there you have it. The only thing downside to this set is the box itself does feel a bit flimsy, if I'm completely honest. It's not a kind of hardened box, and it's a shame considering the actual bust itself. So there we go. This kind of looks like the Hive Again, I might be wrong with that, but it does look like the Hive from the first movie. And then around to the back, it's just the same artwork that we've seen on the main box. So let's open it up there. There's a bit more of that kind of blueprint going on. And then open it again. And the first thing you will notice here is you get a little booklet there as well. And I think it's just basically just a write-up of the movies themselves. So yeah, simple little booklet there. And then you have the movies itself. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time with this, but you have Resident Evil 1, you got Resident Evil Apocalypse there as well. You got Afterlife and Extinction, I think it is. And then, of course, the final chapter, and is it Resurrection, the 5th movie was called? I think it is. So, yeah, as you can see, all the discs actually pair very, very nicely together. And these 3 here are also 3D editions as well, which is actually great to see. So there you have it, folks. That is the actual Blu-ray edition that you do get inside the set. And again, the only thing that's kind of lacking from it is the fact that it's not a bit more of a solid box, because it kind of deserves it, especially when you see the bust. And that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. Right, so here we go. So I was actually racking my brain to try and figure out what way I was going to do this, whether to put the camera onto the tripod. But by doing so, because the piece is so big, I wouldn't have been able to turn it or give you a proper close look at it. So I've decided I'm actually going to try and do all of this basically with the camera in my hand. And I'm hoping it turns out okay. So I'm going to just quickly take this in as close as I can. And as you can see, the first thing you will notice is the giant axe that you do get with this. And as you can see, there is chains coming down from under it as well. And I have to tell you, folks, the weight of this thing, never mind the bust itself, but the axe itself, because the axe does come off. I'm not going to try and do it now, but right from here, it does slide off. It's all done by magnets. And even the weight of that alone is just extraordinary. It is easily the biggest bust that I have in my collection. And I have to tell you, he takes up a lot of real estate. So as you can see there, like I said, the chains are hanging down. These are actually all proper metal chains. Then right around to the corner there, and as you can see, there is just blood dripping off the base of it. And then right around to the bottom here, and you've got Resident Evil, and it's all embossed there as well. And then yeah, that's the rest of the base. I'll take it in closely, but as you can see, just like a lot of Nameless busts, it's almost like the character is bursting through the ground. And it's such an incredible effect. So yeah, that is just a close look again at the axe, and I hope you kind of get a good sense of how big that thing actually is. It's just huge. And then on to the actual character himself. So as you can see there on the front of him, there is a lot of blood just dripping down on top of his I suppose it's his apron, I suppose you could call it, which it's another lovely little detail on him. And then right up here is a close look at his, well, I was going to say his face, but yeah, I think you know what I mean. And as you can see there as well, there's loads of little nails, and they actually feel like I think they actually are real nails, funny enough. And more kind of blood just trickling from his face. So this piece it doesn't get any more detailed than this. You can see why it's probably one of the greatest busts in my collection. And why I spent so long actually trying to get hold of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back here. I'm going to just move him around to the side here. And just give you a kind of side profile shot of him. But again, that's a bit more of his axe there. And I'll take us closely to the side of him there. But again, you get a bit more close look at them nails that's going into him. And again, you can see them few, like I said, with the blood dripping down on him. And then there's a few more there coming out of his arm. And there's just a lot of his skin just rotting away. And yeah, just the rest of his apron there. So I'll turn it around even more. And the back of him looks absolutely grotesque. So as you can see, there's 2 massive nails going down and then across. And again, the detail on this is truly insane. I honestly can't praise it enough. And again, I hope this is coming across on the camera, that is, how well this actually looks. And as you can see, there's these couple of little pieces there attached to the back of them. Now, I don't remember them being ever featured in the movie. It's a couple of hooks. And I don't think he did, I don't think he used them in the movie. Again, in the comment section, if he did, please do let me know. And then right around the bottom there, and as you can see, that is the movies just perfectly housed in. And that's what I love about these bust editions, when they just slot in absolutely perfect. So right around again, and then this is the other side of them. And again, you just get a few more of them nails just coming out of his shoulder. You can actually sort of see pieces of flesh just kind of broke off him. And yeah, just an absolute extraordinary detail. And then it gives you a close look there at the opposite side of that axe. And as you can see up here, there's a lot of blood, and that's probably why there's so much blood on the base of this bust. So yeah, and I just want to take this quickly under and give you a close look at the axe. But the axe has some amazing detail on it, and it is what kind of catches your eye when it comes to this truly epic piece. So there you have it, folks. That is my Resident Evil Axeman edition, and I hope you kind of got a good idea of what this is like, even though I'm kind of doing it all handheld. I think it was the right way to do it, because if I think I put it on the camera on the tripod, I wouldn't have been able to get in close enough to him. And I think with this way, I think it probably did work out. So there you go, folks. That is my phenomenal looking Axeman edition from Resident Evil. Right, so I think what I'm going to do from now on, I think when it comes to my bust editions, I might start revisiting some of my older videos. Some of the older busts that I showed off. Even this one up here, Firefly. And I might actually start going back over them and giving you a good proper look, because at the time when I started showing them first, I was using a terrible camera phone, terrible lighting as well, and you just couldn't get a good sense or scale of what these busts were like. So I might start revisiting a couple of them and finally giving you a good proper look at some of these items that are behind me. So there we go, folks. That is my video, that is my bust, and that is my Resident Evil Blu-ray edition. So as per usual, if you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you could do, leave a comment down below, and please do share your thoughts on this remarkable piece. And yes, I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.